Hi everybody, it's November 17th and I'm going to do a short tarot reading on COVID-19. I'm in Vancouver right now. I left the Sunshine Coast. I took a ferry. Everybody was masked. And I'm here for 2 days before I fly to Ottawa to see my parents, before I fly to Mexico. So of course, this journey took on a whole different meaning. It's always somewhat stressful to be living in two places and sort of pack up one life and open up another. It's great fun once you get to where you're going and you've settled in, but it's always a bit of emotional upheaval around, especially saying goodbye to people that I really care about and knowing that I won't see them for half a year. But this year, of course, it's more intense than ever. Because we don't know what's going to happen. And so there's this feeling of, am I saying goodbye for now, for longer? And so I feel like the bonding, as far as spending time with the people that we've had in our little bubble or whatever, the bonding has been definitely more intense, more emotional, more appreciated than ever before. And then also the sadness around leaving people and saying goodbye being very, very difficult this time around. So, yeah, and then the whole idea of the journey and traveling and, who will let you stay at their house. Thank you, Einar. And everybody sort of taking care of each other and making sure that they haven't been exposed and who's in your bubble and everything. So traveling takes on a whole new meaning. And I've had a few days to sort of go through my process, and that's helped me a lot as far as feeling more calm about this journey that I'm on, which is very emotional as well as physical, with respect to my family, and also getting back to people I really care about in Mexico that I was also very sad to say goodbye to when I left at the end of May last year. If anybody's interested in any energy clearing, I can connect with you via video. I do like to see the person, but it's only for a minute before I don't need to anymore. And then I just go in and do energy clearing, taking out any sort of heavy energy blockages and things like that, so that you feel lighter, more relaxed. It's like the feeling maybe similar to having a massage without any physical contact. Something that we might need a lot of right now. Anyways, let's get on with the reading. That's enough blah, blah, blah. I hope all of you are well wherever you are. And I know we're all sort of, waiting with bated breath around what's going to happen in the new year. So let's see, let me just tap into the cards for a minute. It's hard when I'm talking at the same time. That says, okay, the cards say they're good. So here we go. Three, okay. And I'm fortunately feeling in very good health myself. I'm sniffling a little bit just because it's allergy season here. Everybody's terrified to cough or sniffle or anything right now, and it's starting into flu season, so that's going to be difficult. Okay, so right now we're moving into, it feels to me like we're already in the end of November, but we aren't yet. But I'm going to do this reading like we're end of November, end of December, end of January, because I just feel like energetically we're in this holding place. And it's funny because we have had a lockdown where I live, or where I live half the year. There's been a bit of a lockdown. And of course that triggers people's fears and anxieties again. And so I think I'm just going to move to the end of November, just skip the part about the lockdown, because that's just really hard on people all over again. And I'm not saying there shouldn't be a lockdown. Who's to say what the truth is and what the answer is at this point? But but I think it does really scares people again. And the reason why I want to do these videos is I want to be this reassuring person, this voice. Everything's energy to me, and if we stay connected to our source, we don't need to go there. We don't need to go into fear or panic. We do have to set up some sort of protection for ourselves around how other people might impact us, and that was my work this summer, was dealing with, and I was fine, but I had to be in the midst of other people who had a lot of stuff going on. So that's like, okay, so you can be focused, you can do your meditations or your energy clearing yourself or whatever you do for yourself, your yoga, anything. And then you also need to set up some protection for yourself around other people's energy that you also have to deal with, especially if you're living in a household with, maybe other people that are having a harder time than you. You're juggling, sort of dealing with yourself and also trying to help them. Okay, so the first two cards that I'm going to pull up here to show you for the end of November, we had the Four of Wands reversed, which is indicating that it's a difficult time for households. And I think this is really interesting with respect to coming out of our lockdown that we're having, because, every time there's fear around COVID, then people are having to isolate themselves from other people, whether it's because of someone else's job, or just feeling frightened because someone is going out and working and coming home. Someone's a healthcare professional, on the front line, even though they're all suited up. So every time there's a lockdown, anytime the numbers are increasing, even though people are appreciative of their household and their partners and their children, and this is a great comfort, it also brings with it some different conflicts because of people's different situations and what they have to bring into the household, or what those people of the household have to take somewhere else. So that causes quite a bit of stress. And we can see the Tower reversed. Well, the Tower reversed, I like the fact that it's reversed because it's going to be a quick, fast drop. So there's, I believe, appreciation and love is still being felt amongst people around their little cohort, not their cohort, but you know what I mean, their bubble, whatever, kind of tired of that word. But anyways, there's appreciation, but there's also the stress that people bring to each other if they're not able to manage. So, if people don't stay grounded, if they're not able to stay connected to their source, then they're actually also causing harm to the people they love around them because they're not able to manage their own emotions. So we all have to take responsibility for managing our own stresses so that we can help each other and prop them up, instead of attacking people, bringing them down. And I've mentioned this quite a few times because I've seen some very bad behavior, not conscious, planned bad behavior, just bad behavior on the part of people who are not coping well. So the Tower, everything comes crashing down. The structures, we've talked about structures before, the structures sort of being ripped apart, things being pulled open, but it's a quick, fast drop, okay? So it's coming up for the end of November, early December, quick, fast drop. This is the shit is going to hit the fan card, whatever that means. So let's just get grounded now. Okay, get grounded now, get your resources together, get your loving hearts together, and just plan on having to deal with certain things that are going to be difficult at the end of November, early December. It's not going to last though. It's going to move into sort of a waning stage. The moon is all about confusion and trying to sort out the other side. It's not the dark side, but it's the mysterious side of life. It's the things that we just will never really know. And things are operating all the time, on different layers that you can tap into. So you might think it's this if you think of this layer, but then if you just open yourself up then you can be like, okay, we're going into this mysterious sort of waxing and waning, okay, of the moon. And it can be a beautiful thing, okay? But you have to be able to accept the not knowing. And that's what's very difficult, because it means we don't have control. And then as far as, so then we have this card. So the Six of Pentacles. So it looks like as things come crashing down and there's some confusion about what's going to happen, there is going to be some kind of assistance and support. It's not a perfect thing, you know, but there is going to be some sort of financial assistance for people who are struggling. There is going to be help. People are not going to just fall and collapse from whatever's happening. Financially, on a material level, people are going to help each other. So that's good. But at the same time, as we're moving into, so I said end of November, end of December, end of January, people are going to have to deal with their wounds, okay, in January. So, you know, this could even refer to the Christmas spirit of people just being more generous with charities and family members looking out for other people. Christmas and that sort of season, because it's not just about Christmas. I know there's other holidays that are celebrated, but it's all about the solstice time when there's a shift and a change, and we are focused on thinking about others. And this is really important. So that is still there for the holiday seasons. It's holiday season, but as we move out of the holiday season, and maybe it's because, you know, we're going to move out of our warm, fuzzy place, there is going to be some heartache that has to be dealt with. And I think that this is going to happen before the healing happens, is that we've all been on some level, even the strongest of us, you know, been traumatized by fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of what's happening, fear of things changing, fear of that things have changed, and trying to cope with that. So we have to kind of mend ourselves, okay? So in the new year, New Year's resolution, if you believe in that, we need to mend ourselves. We need to mend ourselves from all the hype, all the fear, the fear-mongering, and the attacks that people have, you know, things, bad behavior that's come out of people. So we're moving into having to deal with our wounds, okay? But we got this card last time, the Nine of Cups, and it's saying, like, the love is flowing, the love is there, okay? The emotional side of things is looking really positive, okay, for January. We don't need to worry. Okay, I really feel strongly about this. Like in the new year, our cups will be filling up again. For whatever reason, our cups will be filling up. Our hearts will be filling up. We're going to move into a place of truly healing and feeling loved. And the 9 is not the 10. It's not completion. It's not the ace. It's not beginnings, okay? But it's a gathering of everything. Okay, everything we know, everything we believe, everything we feel, we're going to gather it all up in January. And there's going to be a lot of love, okay, that we're going to share with each other. Next time I do a reading for you, I will be in Ottawa. And then in about 2 weeks from now, I'll be back in Mexico. And you will see the sun shining behind me. Okay. Love you all. Take care.